Hello everyone, my name is Ruwani Ranthika and I am from IJSE JDBC batch 72. Today I am excited to present my individual assignment for JakartaEE project 2025. This is a full stack web-based complaint management system developed using JSP Servlets, JakartaEE, MySQL and deployed on Apache Tomcat. Let's begin with a quick overview. We have two main user roles in the system, employee and admin. Let's start at the sign up form. This form is used by employees to register their accounts. Each field in the form is validated properly. The username must be unique. Once the form is correctly filled and validated, the employee is successfully added to the system. Next, the user is redirected to the login page. Now we can enter the registered username and password. After submitting, the system authenticates the credentials and redirects as the appropriate dashboard based on the role. During the login, if the credentials are valid, the system creates an HTTP session using request.getSession. The session is used to store important user details such as user ID, username, user role. I'll first log in as employee. The dashboard will only display complaints submitted by the specific employee. Employee can open a model to submit a complaint. Add new complaints using a clean validated form. Form fields are validated at the front end to prevent empty or invalid submissions. After submitting, the complaints get stored in the database and is visible in their complaint list. Employees can also edit or delete complaint, but only those that are still pending. The status column is visible but not editable. Now let me show what happens when someone tries to directly access the dashboard URL without logging in. The system will detect that there is no active HTTP session and it will immediately redirect me back to the login page. That because I manage session using HTTP session. Next, the admin role. They can update complaint status directly in the table using table drop-down. So we can see a populated list. Click eye icon. Admin can add remarks using a modal window triggered an icon, and they can delete any complaint in the system. When the user logouts, session.invalidate method is called to destroy the session. Now let's take a look at the folder structure and architecture. The system follows the MVC architecture. In the SRC folder, controllers like LoginServlet and AdminServlet handle routing. DTO like complaint.java define the data. DAO classes like complaint-model.java. In the web folder, JSP pages like signup.jsp and admin dashboard.jsp are used as views. I have integrated Bootstrap into all pages. Static resources like CSS and JavaScript are organized under separate folders, and configuration is handled through the web XML and context XML. Instead of opening new database connection every time, I am using Apache commands DBCP2 connection pooling defined in context.xml like this. This data source is indexed to servlets using @resource annotation. The login form takes username and password which are submitted via post request. In the backend, servlet retrieves the values using request.getParameter method. Validates the credentials using the DAO, and if successful, create a HTTP session. We use get for read-only actions like display in complaint lists, and post for state changing actions like submit complaint, updating complaint, delete complaint, performing admin actions such as updating status or adding remarks. The full code base and SQL schema are available on my public GitHub repository. Thank you very much for watching.